Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a little bit different and a little bit more touchy-feely. I had to get this video up and filmed this week. One of my friends posted a I don't know, not a video, I will put it up right here. Her name is Kelly Diane, and she is a medium, and she has a YouTube channel which you guys need to check out. It's Kelly Diane Libra Queen, and I will link it down below, and there'll be a thing off to the screen. But she was doing readings one night, and I was watching her channel, and she posted the next day someone was having suicidal thoughts, and it touched my soul because, like I said, I am a friend of hers, but also she's a medium and she picks up on a lot of different people's thoughts, a lot of people's different feelings, and this person didn't even reach out to her, but was watching her videos, and she chose to reach out and not, she didn't mention the person's name or anything and say, hey. And as you will read in her post of what she said, and I think we kind of forget out there that everyone has a bad time, everyone has a bad day, and we need to be kind and cautious out there to people. And I wanted to hop on here to talk about suicide because people don't talk about it. It's something that's not talked about. We go to the doctor's office and we have to fill out that depression form all the time. Half of Americans, more than probably half, are on depression pills. But people don't like to talk about mental health because they think something's wrong with us, or we're too flimsy to talk about, or we're perceived a different way. And let's cut that out. There's nothing wrong with being depressed or being suicidal. It's not the greatest feeling. It's not the happiest feeling by no means, but you're certainly not alone. And I want to get on here and tell you my background and my story that maybe hopefully somebody can relate to, or to let you know that you're not alone on this. We're going to rewind to when I was a kid at 11 years old. We're going to flip sides of the suicidal thoughts that my dad committed suicide. And I was just 11 years old, and he was a very depressed individual. And he was a very prideful man and wouldn't ask for help. He couldn't get out of that depression. He was an alcoholic. But again, with this society stigmatism, wouldn't get out and ask for help. And that's the crappy thing, was because my dad had a wife, he had a kid, he had his mother, he had his brother, and he had a whole support system. We had a beautiful home, a beautiful support system, but couldn't ask for help. And like I said, he committed suicide. And the other aspect of this was the person who is thinking of committing suicide is the aftermath of this, is that my father who did that, he left not just his daughter behind, who that I still deal with this even today. He left a wife behind. He left his mom behind. I will never forget that look in his mom's face when we had to go to that funeral home and she was burying her kid. You don't think of all that aftermath of what you cause. And I know you're sitting there thinking, well, I'm depressed. I don't want to hear what I have to cause someone else. But it is true. You do cause hurt with someone else. And I know that's not something kind that a lot of people talk about. But I remember thinking, why on earth did you do that, Dad? Like, why? And then we're going to fast forward to my teenage years, okay? We're talking maybe 17, 18. I became depressed. And this was my first time dealing with a full-blown depression and knowing what it was. And it was so bad that I made up a huge lie about having a whole different life, that therefore my family thought I was okay and I was doing fine. And the fact was, I wasn't fine. I wasn't okay. I was very depressed. I was very suicidal. I wasn't able to sleep. I wasn't able to even make friends, or if I had friends, I didn't want to do anything with them. I could not connect. And I'd rather live in this lie that I made up to the world rather than sit there and look at myself of like, what is wrong with me? You know, why can I not be normal? Why can't I connect? And when I was 18 years old, I actually did try to kill myself. So there's the other flip side of the coin. I became the person that did try to do that and was sent to the psych ward. And I'm just thinking, Lauren, you visited your dad in the psych ward, and was thinking, why are you here, Dad? And now here I am, you know, try to do the same thing. Wake the fuck up. And there's something to be said about that, because there's people I run in from time to time that I met in the psych ward that live right in this town. And they're like, oh, how do I know you? It's like, really? You know. They wouldn't ask that if they didn't want to be coy. And I'm okay with speaking my truth and saying I was there. And, you know, the hard thing was to climb out of that hole of depression afterwards. I actually had to get a job and join the real world and face that all my lies came out. And that was hard. It was hard. But I did do that. And then we're going to fast forward to a few more years down the line where I was diagnosed with MS. And with MS, you do get depression. And I'm just thinking, oh, great. But, you know, you don't always have to take depression meds. And I'm really a full believer that you don't have to be on medicine. I can hopefully heal myself. And then sometimes you have to be put on depression medicine, because a year ago I could not get out of bed. I couldn't face friends. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to have a conversation. I hated everybody. The only person I liked was my cats. And I don't know if you'd call that a person, but we'll stick with it. And no one talks about this. When you have your friends over, you're not going to have these conversations, and that sucks. Because I hope somebody out there, you have a good friend like to talk to with this, because it needs to be out there. You need to talk about it, because you're not the only one. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has sat there and said, oh, I've been in the psych ward. I've been on depression medicine. I am on depression medicine now. And you know what? It took a couple of months, which sucked. But they work okay now, and now I went off them. But they have to slowly come off. And, you know, suicide is hard. I still battle with it, and I think it will be something that I battle with every day. And then I will battle with every so often, which is great. You know, maybe it's something that I won't have to battle with every day. And I just want to reach out to someone, if you are battling with it, to reach out to somebody, because believe it or not, people do give a shit. And if they don't, if the person doesn't, you're not in the right company. Someone else will. Like Kelly Diane, she gave a shit. She wouldn't be out there doing her readings and cards for people if she didn't give a shit. And, you know, being a medium myself, I would be, you know, I am kind of terrified if I have to read somebody and that's what they're going through. But I hope that they will listen and can help, and I can help them. So thank you for tuning in to my channel. I hope this helps somebody out there today. Please subscribe and have a good rest of your week. Thank you.